Well, thank you, Mr. Vanna. I have to hire you to be my hype man.
There you go. I
Appreciate
got
it.
much better one for your hype there. I do voices and
Yeah,
stuff like
that's
that.
great.
And halfway through the school year. Can you believe that already?
It's going by quickly, isn't it?
Unfortunately, quicker every year.
Seems that way.
Yeah.
Looking at the calendar, we're almost halfway through January, so it's pretty amazing.
So, speaking of January, it's a special month.
It is. It is our board. January is the Board of Education Appreciation Month. So I'd like to give a shout out to our board members for their work. People don't realize behind the scenes the meetings that happen and conversations and just the extra time that they put in. It's a great job. It's a great role to fill, and I appreciate their time and their energy. So if you see a board member, we have Kevin Eisinga, Ken Stahl, Karen Abrahamson, Matt Klein, Becky Volker, Doug McLain, and Dennis Hooker. Please make sure that you thank them for their time. And if anyone's ever interested in running for the Board of Education, please feel free to reach out, and we can let you know when the next election for a seat is.
And if you're ever wondering when you can get a chance to thank these board members, you usually can find them at the ball games. They are very involved in the school, not just the meetings, but they actually go to the different events that the school does offer.
Absolutely.
All right, so thank you for the board. Thank you. I know it's a thankless job, but at this moment, we are saying thank you. So, roofing project, what's the status of that?
Yep, so the board approved on Monday night at the last board meeting that to go ahead with our roofing project for this coming spring and summer. So they voted to accept the bid from Bloxham Roofing. So we will roof the remaining parts of the building that did not get re-roofed in 2016. So then all of our roofs will be up to date. The new roof will have a 20-year warranty. Excited about that because some of the roof that's being replaced is from the late 80s and late 90s.
Wow.
So it'll be nice to have that up to date. Unfortunately, with the cost of the roofing, it's going to be the only project that we're able to do this summer. We're going to postpone our flooring project, hopefully for the next summer, but wanted to make sure that we're being good financial stewards with the money that we have.
Now, just because the big project is the roofing, it's not the only projects going on.
No, we'll have other little projects going on.
Like you had one over Christmas.
We did. We replaced our doors over Christmas, replaced some old wooden doors that weren't very secure, that had been in the building for a long time, and replaced those with some metal doors and metal frames, just upped our security. Yeah, and there's always projects going on like that. We'll have some other little projects coming up this summer. When I say little projects, they may be little in compared to scope to the roof.
Okay. So, talked about security, kind of segues into the next one. There's something with the Power School cybersecurity, and I've gotten a letter and stuff like that. Can you please explain the situation on there, and then maybe piggyback on what do I as a parent need to do?
Yeah, so yes, unfortunately, kind of just like everything this day and age, right? Power School is our student information system that we're required to have, and they've had a cybersecurity incident over the holidays where someone had logged in and downloaded a bunch of data, not just from McBain schools. My understanding it was from schools in Michigan, across the United States, even parts of Canada where data was taken. We don't know yet what data was taken. We're still waiting to hear from Power School on that. We did send out notices to our current parents and staff, and it could affect students from as long as 15 years ago, and staff from 15 years ago. Just like when AT&T or something happens like that and it gets breached, just monitor your things, just be aware, I guess would be a good thing. We'll be sending out more communication once we have more information. We just wanted to make sure that parents were aware so they could start monitoring that stuff.
And you're trying to get ahead of this a little bit.
We are trying to get ahead of it. We're trying to be proactive with it. We don't use social security numbers in Power School anymore. Now, 15 years ago they did. That was like a student identification number.
Yep.
So we've deleted that field since then from those that were housed in there, but we don't even know if that data was taken. So, but the good news is current students, recent students, none of that information is in there because they have a different identification number assigned by the state. So,
Excellent.
yeah.
All right. So it's the world we live in. So,
Unfortunately.
yeah. There's a change on the schedule coming up in February. I know that this is only January, but the way the time's going so fast, that's going to be around the corner.
Yes.
And that's about the parent-teacher conferences, but it doesn't affect the whole school.
No, so it'll affect the middle school and high school. We are changing the date from February 13th, parent-teacher conferences for middle school and high school only, to February 20th. The elementary school will still meet on February 13th with their scheduled conferences. Middle school and high school will meet on February 20th from 4:30 to 6:30. And they will be in the multi-purpose room and the auditorium. And we changed this because of our student climate survey that we received. One of the areas that we need to show some improvement on is parent and communication and involvement. As you know, with winter sports, this week we have 5 home games. It's a busy time for parents and for students and teachers and staff. But we want to piggyback off of that, for lack of better words, a captive audience.
Okay.
Right? So on February 20th, we have a middle school girls basketball game at home. We have a freshman boys basketball game at home. We have a JV boys basketball game at home and a varsity boys basketball game at home. So our thought process is when we have people coming in to watch the games, hey, let's have them come on over and let's talk about the students' academics as well. So just trying to think a little bit differently and attack that a little bit differently. We tried that, I think, was that last year or 2 years ago?
Last year we did it for the first time.
We were supposed to have a game, and it didn't. The game got canceled because the other school had a snow day. But we saw an increase in participation. So this is what we're trying going forward to try to help improve that parent communication and involvement. I also have a survey going out this week, actually today, to parents, just about how we can improve that, and so I'm hoping that they will take time to take that survey.
Okay, I want to circle back to the parent-teacher conferences.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
And just to clarify some logistics.
Yes.
It was originally scheduled on the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
There was a half day of school
Mm-hmm.
so that they could be parent-teacher conferences that day. With the high school and middle school moving to the following week, does that half day move to the following week? Do we still have that half day even though there's not parent-teacher conference? Can you explain that half day?
Good clarification. So February 13th is still a scheduled half day.
Okay.
Elementary will still have their conferences. February 20th will still be a whole day of school, and we'll have parent conferences that evening. We didn't want to change the calendar for a half day because I know parents have trips planned, different things set up for child care, and the same for the 20th. So February 13th would still be a half day. February 20th would still be a whole day.
And I know this is next month, but February 13th is a half day. The 14th is no school, teacher development, and then President's Day that Monday. So just to keep people with that in mind, that there's going to be a 4.5 day vacation, winter break for the students.
Correct.
All right. So you talked about the parent climate survey, but there's something else going on in February. It's the Love Your Neighbor food drive from February 1 to the 14th.
Yes.
Who's this for?
Yep.
Who's organizing this? What's the concept behind this?
So this would be, I believe, our 3rd year doing this food drive. It's sponsored by Community Hope, which is an organization in Missaukee County. They help supply food for the food drives, or for the food pantries for Rehoboth Church and Prosper Church, Community Church. So it helps our local food banks and for our students or for our families, and also other Missaukee County food pantries as well. Community Hope just serves Missaukee County and tries to reach out to our families. They do backpack programs. They do Kids Hope in Lake City. So it's a Missaukee County driven organization, and that's who's sponsoring this food drive. So February 1st through 14th, we'll accept non-perishable canned goods or non-perishable food and collect that, and Community Hope will pick up on the 14th, and that helps supply our local food pantries.
So will there be just like bins outside in the lobby for people coming to events or just want to stop in? How do they donate?
Yep, so they can donate at the school offices. We'll have the area down by the games in the lobby area where people can donate as well. Sounds like the principals are going to be planning some competitions for the kids to see what grade levels, what classes can bring in the most donations.
All right, so it's not only involves students against students in a friendly competition, but it's also going to involve a way for the community to also share the love.
Correct.
All right. Well, I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I got one more question for you.
Yes.
Did you hear about the man who ate a frog?
I didn't.
He's probably going to croak. And on that, this has been Gary Vanna.
Scott Acom.
Feel the wheel.
Will you please stand while the McBain highlighters sing for us our national anthem. Tyler Berry. And a guard for the Redblers, number 3, Colton Haberkamp. And that guard for the Bobcats, number 11, Colin Hent. And in guard for McBain, number 24, Aiden Cucci.
Josh Rodma, sophomore, number 2, guard.
Colton Haberkamp, junior, 3, guard.
Drew Hamilton, junior, number 5, forward.
Grayson Guernsey, junior, number 10, center.
Brenton Brunick, junior, number 12, forward.
Brett Ewing, senior, 20, forward.
Clayton Hooker, sophomore, number 22, center.
Aiden Cucci, senior, number 24, shooting guard.
Skylar Franklin, junior, 25, guard.
Thomas Maloney, junior, number 30, guard.
Kason Pollington, junior, number 32, guard.
Welcome to downtown McBain. Set to tip off. Ball's going to go to McBain. It's going to go over to Clayton Hooker. He's going to lose the ball, picked up by the Bobcats. As we are starting off this varsity matchup, boys basketball. I'm joined here by Peyton Skolton once again. Ball's going to go over to Skoselis. Skoselis gives it over to Palmer. Palmer going to pass it back to Chudzinski. Ball's going to go over to Chudzinski in the paint, going to draw a foul. He's going to get 2 at the line.
It's almost better that he got fouled right there for the Ramblers instead of getting that basket.
We'll see how it plays out from these 2 free throws. Never mind, it's going to be an inbound.
He was on down ground.
Yep. Ball's going to go over to Palmer. Palmer over to Chudzinski. Now over to Bailey. Bailey shoots it up. Shot is good. Starts off scoring here tonight.
To be honest, you don't really see people score first versus the Ramblers a lot.
Ball's going to go to Ben Rodenbaugh. Gives it to Cucci. Cucci gives it to Hooker. Hooker over to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh starts off 3. No good. Rebounded by Ealing. Ealing in the paint. Falls back. Trouble the ball. Gets it out to Ben Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh loses the ball. Picked up by Hamp.
Seen some good defense so far by Houghton Lake.
Now it'll be Bailey passing it over to Chudzinski. Ball's going to go to Hamp. Hamp passes it back to Chudzinski. Now looking for Palmer. Pass is going to be picked up by Skoselis. Skoselis just going to pass it back to Bailey. Bailey. Going to give it to his teammate. That is Skoselis. Skoselis. Now Chudzinski. On the outside, finding a lane, takes up the shot, floats it up, no good. Rebounded by Ben Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh going to come down the court, give it to Hooker. Hooker driving in, takes up the shot. Light work.
Good luck
Clayton
stopping
Hooker.
that guy, especially when he's deep in his bag. Nice little spin move, floater off the fingertips right there.
And if you let Clayton Hooker get close to that basket, that ball's going in.
It's game over for you.
It'll be Chudzinski versus Haverkamp. Gonna take a block. Trouble with the ball. Passes it over to, that is Skoselis. Skoselis out to Hamp. Hamp gonna drive, pass it out to Palmer. Palmer shot up, no good. Rebounded by Palmer. Palmer's second attempt goes through. So now it'll be Aiden Cucci. Back to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh gonna call his play. Give it over to Cucci. Cucci back to Rodenbaugh. Now Haverkamp in the corner. Haverkamp back to Cucci. Over to Rodenbaugh, slowing. Now once again, Clayton Hooker gonna drive. Hooker takes up the shot, no good. Foul will be drawn. So Clayton Hooker gonna come to the line.
Yeah, if there is a way to stop him, most of the time it ends up with him being at the free throw line anyway. So he's pretty good at free throws because he's there a lot. We've seen this team play one time before earlier in the year, and McBain took a whopping lead versus them. I think it was about they ended up winning by 50 or 40 points or something like that. So Houghton Lake so far keeping it close, keeping it interesting, especially with the steals. They so far have 2 steals on the Ramblers.
Second free throw from Hooker is up and good, so 1 point separating these teams. It'll be Gosselis. Never mind, that's Hamp. Hamp passes it over to Chudzinski. Chudzinski. Trouble with it, stolen by Ealing. Ealing coming down the court with a fast break. Ealing is going to get a foul up in the air. So Brett Ealing going to come to the line.
Palmer committing that foul right there, and it was almost a business decision. He knew it was a fast break. Don't give him the easy points, just kind of foul him. It was not too hard of a foul, it was a flagrant or anything, so he did the right thing.
First shot from Brett Ealing is up and good. Now Ramblers with a try to get the lead for the first time tonight. Shot by Ealing is good, so they will lead 5-4. It'll be Bailey passing it over to Skoselis. Skoselis tries to get out, stolen by Ben Rodenbaugh. Here comes Ben Rodenbaugh, put it down.
Yup! You already know he likes to do it about once or twice a game.
Peyton and I had a discussion before this game. How many times will he put it down tonight? And of course, it is homecoming, and it's a packed house here. It's going to get loud for Ben Rodenbaugh.
And Ben is on the homecoming court with a chance to win it. So is his fellow teammate, Aiden Cucci.
It'll be Bailey with it now. Trouble with it. Passes it over to Hamp. Hamp drives in. Foul's going to get called. So it'll be Colin Hamp, the sophomore, coming to the line for 2.
And the last time we saw him play, he was one of the bright spots on this team. He actually gave Ben a lot of trouble on offense. He is definitely going to be giving Ben some trouble on offense tonight. I think it's a good matchup between the two. Both of them have their speed. They have their shots.
Speaking of trouble, this student section is that first free throw no good. Second tries, it's going to get louder here. That one does go through.
Yeah, if you get nervous before any game and then all of a sudden you have to play at a homecoming game, especially like McBain's, good luck.
It'll be Rodenbaugh passing it over to Cucci. Cucci giving it to Haverkamp. Haverkamp passing it to Ealing. Ealing trouble with it in the paint. Going to pass it out over to Cucci. Cucci long 3 way downtown. No good. Rebounded by Ealing. Ealing shot. That one no good. Foul going to get called. Seeing some good rebounding from Brett Ealing tonight as he gets to come to the line once again.
It's like the foul is on Palmer. He's already at 3. He's going to have a lot of trouble. He had foul trouble last time, too, because this is such a, he's going to have trouble tonight. He's playing against Clayton Hooker, one guy who, if he wants to get to the basket, I feel like he honestly could. He's so deep in his bag, he can do whatever he wants to get to that basket. But also Brett Ealing. So he is very good for them to stop them in the paint, but he does lead to foul trouble.
First free throw from Ealing is no good.
We already see him getting subbed out here.
Change is coming from the Bobcats. McBain going to stay the same. Second free throw from Ealing is no good. It's going to be rebounded by a player whose name I do not have. Driving in is Bailey. Bailey's shot, no good. It's going to be, never mind, it is good.
That was a pretty tough shot right there. He went over 2 guys for the layup.
It'll be Cucci now. Gives it over to Haverkamp. Over to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh passes it across town to Cucci. Cucci tries to get it to Haverkamp. It's going to be blocked by number 5.
We're seeing a lot of fight from this Houghton Lake team.
It'll be Josh Rodenbaugh to pass it. Tries to get it to his brother. It's going to be knocked out by number 5. It's going to be out of bounds on the Bobcats.
I don't know who number 5 is, but he seems kind of like a younger player, maybe a freshman or a sophomore. He's balling out so far.
Must have come from JV, considering he is not on this roster sheet. It'll go to Josh Rodenbaugh from his older brother, back to his older brother. Playing a good family game of catch. Now Josh Rodenbaugh lays out the 3. No good. Rebounded by Ealing, back to Ben Rodenbaugh. Now Ben Rodenbaugh. Ben Rodenbaugh takes up the shot and makes it through.
Good shot right there. Ben is a mid-range merchant. He lets a lot of them fall. He's probably about 80 to 85% from mid-range.
It'll be Bailey with it. Gives it over to number 5. Now it's going to be Hamp. Hamp going to drive in, stop. Pass it back out. That is Partinio. Partinio's shot is up and good. Taking the lead, 10-9. It'll be Ben Rodenbaugh over to Clayton Hooker. Hooker going to drive in. Hooker going to lay it up and make it through. You just can't let Clayton Hooker get that close.
Yeah, he has the drive to get in tough shots like that. I mean, that was a pretty contested shot, and he still made it all ease. He practices that stuff a lot.
It'll be Hamp. Hamp coming in, passes it out to Partinio. Partinio takes up the shot, no good, rebounded by Josh Rodenbaugh. He's going to give it to his older brother. Minute 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. It'll be Ealing. Ealing back to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh over to Cucci. Cucci for the 3. No.
And you want to talk about practicing. Aiden is probably in the gym every day shooting about 100 3-point shots. That is his shot right there. He knows he can hit it. He can almost close his eyes and hit it. He is a 3-point lethal shooter. Some compare Curry to him.
Hamp going to give it to Partinio. Partinio over to Bailey. Bailey going to drive in, take up the shot, make it through. 14, 12, 37 seconds left to go. It'll be Ben Rodenbaugh passing it over to Josh. Josh way over to Hooker. Hooker pass it out to Ben. Ben over to Josh. Josh Rodenbaugh tries to pass it, stolen by Skocelis. So now Hamp with 20 seconds left.
Good coaching right here. The coach said just hold on to it. Do not force anything to let them get another shot up. You want to be the last one that has the ball here, basically.
Hamp against Ben Rodenbaugh. Going to pass it over to number 5. Number 5 over to Bailey. Bailey for 3. Good. Off the backboard.
The bank is open on that one.
So your score for the first quarter, surprisingly enough, Houghton Lake Bobcats leading by 1. We'll see if they can continue that into the second quarter after this break.
Come shop at the family-owned Lakeside Ace Hardware, where you'll always leave satisfied. We pride ourselves at giving customers top-of-the-line products such as Benjamin Moore paint, Traeger grills, Uni ovens, and much more. We provide great tools from companies like Milwaukee and DeWalt, but our best product is our customer service. Our friendly staff is always happy to help you get what you need to make a perfect house better. The price is always right here at Lakeside Ace Hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Fresh homemade pizza, made just for you at a cheap price. If that sounds like a good deal, then Kelly's is the place for you. Next time you're feeling hungry, remember Kelly's.
Welcome back to downtown McBain as we are set to kick off this second quarter. So far, Bobcats leading by 1. It's been neck and neck, though, as Bobcats took that sudden lead after that 3 to end off that first quarter.
Good coaching by the Bobcats coach right there. Playing it up perfectly. Good bank shot by the player. You talked about wanting to have a good game for homecoming. I mean, I think there's been about 6 or 7 lead changes already.
It'll be Bailey with it. Bailey going to give it over to Partinio. Partinio flings it. It's going to go out of bounds. Going to be out on the Bobcats. So Ball's going to go. Never mind, it's going to be out on McBain. Even some of the Bobcats players thought, I don't know. Wait.
Are they thinking Ben touched it? I don't think he did at all.
The ref indicated that the ball was going to McBain and then handed it over to a Houghton Lake player. And now they're going to say it is Rambler's ball.
I would say, I don't think Ben quite touched it. And that's what he was confused on.
So it will be Ben Rodenbaugh with the ball, passing it over to his younger brother, over to Ben. Ben going to stop, take the mid-range, and make it through. Mid-range Merchant, you said?
Mid-range Merchant, that is Ben's shot right there. He is the Merchant because he can sell that shot 100% of the times.
Be number 5, giving it over to Bailey. Bailey takes up the shot. Bailey's shot no good, rebounded by Clayton Hooker. Hooker over to Josh Rodenbaugh. Josh Rodenbaugh stops, takes the corner 3 wide open, and splashes it through.
Good by Josh right there. Just took his time, took a breath, didn't let the moment get too big, ended up hitting that 3. And points like that are going to be crucial in a close game like this.
It'll be Partinio. Partinio going to drive in, finds Trenton Brunick, passes it out to Hamp. Hamp against Ben Rodenbaugh. Passes it out to Bailey. Bailey gets it over to number 5, over to Partinio. Partinio finding a lane, stops, takes the mid-range, no good, rebounded by Brunick. And Brunick gives it over to Rodenbaugh, way over to Haverkamp. Haverkamp now going to back up, let some of his teammates come find him. It'll go over to Josh Rodenbaugh. He's going to take another 3, hot hands.
He's feeling it tonight. He must be feeling good because of homecoming. Josh coming out there saying, hey, there's 2 Rodenbaughs on this court. Not only Ben is a mid-range Merchant, but I'm a deep threat Merchant.
So it's going to be a timeout from the Bobcats as this student section starts to fire up with, we will have a break, but of course, these first and second quarters brought to you by L&J Meat Market Snacks, Fuel the Rambler Review crew, and we'll see you after this short break. Back to it now, McBain with the lead, 22-15. It'll be Hamp taking it. Hamp against Rodenbaugh. Hamp gonna drive, pass it out. Tried to get it to Partinio. It's gonna be knocked out by Josh Rodenbaugh.
One thing that messes a team up is when they try, McBain plays very fast on offense and on defense. When they try and play just up to the speed of McBain on offense, it really messes them up, screws up their scheme, and that's a big difference in a game like this. And I think McBain should just play so controlled under the speed. And when a team tries to match that and they can't play controlled, that's where you're going to see a bunch of mistakes.
There's a good steal by Colton Haverkamp. Haverkamp going to get it over to Ben Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh now passes it over to Josh. Josh over to Haverkamp. Haverkamp to Brunick. Brunick back to Haverkamp. Haverkamp fakes the 3, gives it to Josh. Josh another 3. And Josh Rodenbaugh on fire tonight with 3 straight 3s.
Yeah, it's like the moment that you know, I mean, if you're a team, you've been playing against the Rodenbaughs and McBain for the past couple decades. This is the moment you know you're going to still be playing one for about 3 more years.
It'll be Bailey. Going to get it over to Hamp. Hamp now. Gets a block, drives in, takes up the shot. Floater up, no good. It's going to be knocked out of bounds, knocked out by the Bobcats. Ball's going to go to McBain.
I'm going to be honest, from up here, I honestly thought it went off of Trenton's foot.
Referee says otherwise, so McBain going to get that ball leading by 10.
Good thing I'm not a ref.
Will be Ben Rodenbaugh, nearly stolen. Haverkamp gives it over to Josh, over to Ben. Ben, corner three, takes it up, no problem.
So far, it's been Ben and Josh's court out there. Good luck stopping the Rodenbaugh connection. Josh with 9, Ben with 9.
It's going to be another timeout for the Bobcats because after leading by 1 after the first quarter, they are slipping. 13-point difference, as we will see you after the break. Back to this second quarter action.
Yeah, in the first quarter, it was looking like the Houghton Lake was just neck and neck. There was like 8 or 6 lead changes. And I think it's just the stamina and the pace that McBain plays at where most teams can't keep up. And that's the big difference you see right here as Brune's going to try and take it coast to coast. Good block.
That was number 5. We still don't have his name, but he's showing up on the court tonight. As driving in is Skocelis. Skocelis going to pass it out. Ball's going to end up in Hamp's hands. Hamp going to pass it out to number 5. Number 5 going to drive, give it to Skocelis. Skocelis shot up, no good. Rebounded by Trenton Brunick. Then it's going to go over to Ben Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh passes it out to Haverkamp. Haverkamp, open corner, easy 3, no good. Rebounded by Brunick. Brunick keeps it in bounds and gives it over to Ben Rodenbaugh. Going to go to Brunick. Brunick doubled now. Haverkamp back to Brunick. Brunick floats one up, no good. Rebounded by Brunick. He's going to pass it back to Rodenbaugh. And there's going to be a foul as a Bobcats player hit the ground.
That is their no-name stud, number 5 right there.
Set to resume play, it's going to be Ramblers ball. It's going to go to Ben Rodenbaugh. It's going to knock out of bounds. Out by the Bobcats. Ben Rodenbaugh with it now. Hands it off to Haverkamp, over to Brunick. Brunick, Rodenbaugh in the paint. Rodenbaugh going to back up. Gives it to his brother Josh. And Josh Rodenbaugh going to get called for the travel. So with 3.5 minutes left to go in the first half, ball's going to go to the Bobcats. Hamp going to cross half court with it. Hamp passes it over to Chudzinski, who gives it to Bailey. Bailey going to drive. Bailey passes it out to Chudzinski, over to Hamp. Hamp once again against Ben Rodenbaugh. Hamp going to drive in, pass it out to, that is Partinio. Partinio shot no good, rebounded by Haverkamp. Haverkamp going to give it over to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh running in with some speed, passes it out to Cucci. Cucci in the corner, he's going to drive in. Cucci passes it out. Rodenbaugh tried to keep it and throw it over to Haverkamp. A little too much zip on that pass.
Yeah, fast pace right there. They're trying to drive in, pass it out. Aiden with a nice pass out to Ben. Ben almost just kind of volleyball smacked it to Colton, and it just went the wrong way.
So it's going to be Skocelis passing it to Bailey. Now Hamp with it. Hamp going to drive in. Hamp in the paint, pass it out to, that is Skocelis. Skocelis 3, no good. Rebounded by Rodenball, way over to Haverkamp, picked up by Bailey, underthrown. Passes it to Hamp. Hamp over to Chudzinski. Chudzinski's shot no good, rebounded by Haverkamp.
Good transitional defense right there by McBain.
Now Aiden Cucci, give it out to Ealing. Ealing over to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh pass it to Haverkamp. Haverkamp going to take the 3. He hits these. Not that one. Ball's going to be rebounded by Ealing. Ealing's shot, tries to take up the shot. He's going to get a foul. Once again, it will be Brett Ealing coming to the line for 2.
I think he is 3 for 4 so far in the night.
First try from Ealing. This one, no good.
3 for 5 now.
Second try from Ealing. This one bounces up and falls right through. So your score 29-15. It's going to be Skocelis. Gives it over to Chudzinski. Chudzinski airs one up. No good. Rebounded by Haverkamp. Haverkamp gives it to Ben Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh going to drive in, pass it over to Hooker. Hooker close to the basket, shoots it up and one.
And that's a perfect play right there. Ben, very fast speeding in. They all thought he was going to give it, or going to take it, almost maybe even dunk it. Nice feed to Hooker. And then he hit that nasty little pump fake. That's his play right there. He knows he's going to make those. Easy and one opportunity for him. And this is where he gets a lot of points. He's very good at converting those and ones.
Free throw is no good. Rebounded by Ealing. Ealing, ball is out, picked up by Partinio. Gives it to Skocelis. Skocelis finding a lane, drives in. Skocelis airs one up, makes it through, and gets one.
There's his and one right there.
In response to Clayton Hooker, looking to finish this one out, though, by making the free throw. Free throw from Skocelis. This one no good. Rebounded by Ben Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh coming down the court. Passes it out to Cucci. Cucci takes the 3. No good. Rebounded by Bailey. Bailey going to drive in, stop, take the shot, makes it through off the backboard.
Perfect use of a pump fake right there.
Now Hooker going to drive in, lay it up, and make it through. Clayton Hooker just makes it look easy on these close range shots.
Big thing for Houghton Lake is Palmer is back in. He had 3 fouls in the first quarter alone. But he is very good at defense lockdown for them. And
now Palmer opening the paint, makes it through. So your score 33-21. It'll be Ben Rodenbaugh. He's going to call his play, give it out to Cucci. Cucci now. Pass it over to Ealing. Ealing gives it to Ben Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh loads up a 3, no good. Now the Bobcats with it.
Seen them in the same exact situation as end the first quarter.
So 10 seconds left in this first half. It's going to be Bailey giving it to Skocelis. Skocelis over to Palmer. Palmer shoots it up, no good. 2 seconds to go for Cucci. He's going to lose the ball, and that's going to do it for our first half. So McBain leading 33-21 in the half, and we will see you after the break.
and gentlemen, please welcome the Buckley High School marching band.
Yeah.
basketball semifinals played at the President's Center in East Lansing last March. Here are the players on that team. Keith Abrahamson, Brett Benton, Craig Corbin. Unable to attend tonight, Adrian Redder, Brett Ely, Evan Haverkin, Clayton Hooker, Clayton Engelreich, Aiden Tucci, Nathan Tucci, Carson Murphy, and Lukrembo. This past spring, this group of young men represented McBain basketball played Niles Brandywine in the Division III MHSAA basketball semifinals. The boys played their hearts out before falling in overtime 51-48. Niles Brandywine then went on to win the Division III state championship. Although that loss hurt, it didn't define the season by any means. It was a tremendous season put together over 4 months by an outstanding group of young men. Along the way, they captured their second Highland Conference title in a row. A third consecutive district championship, a regional championship, a quarterfinal victory, earning a Final Four appearance and finishing the season 25-3. To reach a Final Four is a great accomplishment for any team in any sport. These guys showed a lot of mental and physical toughness throughout the season and especially during their tournament run. Especially proud for the way the guys played the game as a team and represented McBain the right way every night with great team play and sportsmanship. A special season by a special group of young men. Can you please help me recognize these young men with a round of applause? Congratulations, men. And Mr. Coleman. Thank you, guys.
It was intense. You definitely see the emotion, the positivity. You could feel it, the energy from everyone that was there. They wanted the best for us. It was a blessing, honestly, to have the community behind us like that.
So we got to school and there was just a lot of people there, and
I thought it was just awesome that our community was able to get a bus together so we could take that down to Lansing. And it was a really good experience on the bus and just being able to be with our friends and teammates.
Oh, I have a phone in my pocket. Go ahead, guys. No, we're going
So we had a great bus ride down. The charter bus was wonderful, and we're so grateful to all of the community members who donated to that. We just had a really fun time on the bus. And then arriving at the Breslin is just such a unique experience.
Right, I got your backpack.
When we got onto the court, it was just kind of breathtaking with the size, and just, it's every kid's dream to go to the Breslin someday.
Playing on that court was amazing. I mean, we see it on TV and we don't actually know what it's like until we get out and play on it.
It was surreal. I mean, I've dreamed of being able to walk on that floor, whether it be for college, for high school, since I could pick up a ball. It's been a dream of mine, and there's no words to describe the feeling, really. I was blown away. Walking out there to start, I was extremely nervous. But as soon as tip started, it was just like any other game.
In the air, Evan comes away with it. We have Rodenbaugh with the ball. Rodenbaugh passes over to Inglerite. Inglerite swings it over to Murphy up at the three-point line. It goes back to Rodenbaugh. He gives it down low to Haverkamp. Passes out to Nathan. Nathan for three, and it's good.
As soon as we went off on that lead, I knew we could hang with them.
The Brandywine Bobcats at 20 and your McBain Ramblers at 24. Really, the Bobcats have cut down the lead by a decent amount because they went from having a 10-point difference in the game to now it's just a 4-point game. That was an intense quarter.
It's not going to stop either, especially with the 1-point difference. 33 McBain, 32.
I really have no words. Like, this has been an intense game all game long. Tied at 4-4. They will have 4 minutes in overtime to battle it out for winner of the semifinals. This has been a great game.
And it's been a great season for both as well.
Yeah, that is the end of the McBain Ramblers season, and Brandywine Bobcats will be going back to the Breslin for the finals on Saturday.
It's been a game. Both teams have done a fantastic job here today. I mean, going into overtime, I did not see the overtime coming. Fantastic job to both teams. Congratulations to McBain. Congratulations to Brandywine.
After game was rough. It was really quiet for the longest time. It's not the result we wanted, but it happened. We worked hard all year, and I'm just glad that we got to work where we got.
The outcome, obviously we were all really upset. I wish it was a different outcome. I wish we were playing tomorrow, but
Even though it may not have been the result we wanted, it was still an amazing experience.
I'm gonna say it right now, we're still a great team. That's it.
there's a lot of back and forth, a lot of turnovers, especially on my part. I had a lot of turnovers. We all kept ourselves together pretty well, I felt like.
Welcome to the second half. It's going to be McBain's ball. It'll be Cucci with it, passing it over to Haverkamp. Haverkamp over to Ealing. Ealing over to Hooker. Hooker Trouble with it. Ball comes out, goes to the Bobcats. It's going to go way over, blocked by Ealing.
Whoa. Nobody ever saw that one coming, especially not Hamp.
Colin Hamp thought he had an open lane and an easy layup, but out of nowhere, here's Brett Ealing.
Blocked by Ealing.
Hamp going to pass it. Give it over to Palmer. Palmer going to drive in against Hooker. Finds Rodenbaugh as well. His shot up, no good. Way over to Ealing. Ealing now shoots it up, no good. Ball is tipped up, still up. Finally picked up by Bailey. Bailey coming in now. Bailey, Euros, takes the shot, no good. He's going to get a foul.
Yeah, Aiden was looking for the charge right there and say his feet was not set.
So now it'll be Tyler Bailey coming to the line to make it 3. Tyler Bailey with 11 points tonight for the Bobcats, more than half. Free throw from Bailey is good. So your score 33-24. It'll be Ben Rodenbaugh giving it to Cucci. Cucci back to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh going to call out a play. Give it to Haverkamp. Haverkamp trouble with it. Stumbles, gets the ball back. Passes it over to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh spins out of it, drives in. Rodenbaugh going to take up the 2. No good. It's going to be a foul beyond the Bobcats, so Ben Rodenbaugh coming to the line for 2.
Just did not go in right there, barely.
With one of these free throws, Ben Rodenbaugh looking to make it 10 points on the night. First free throw from Rodenbaugh is good, so he will get those 10 points. Second try from Rodenbaugh. That one no good. Picked up by Palmer. Palmer gives it to Chudzinski. Over to Bailey. Bailey gonna cross half court. Give it out to Skoselis. Skoselis tries to pass to Palmer. Ball is out. Picked up by Skoselis. And Skoselis is gonna get blocked by Ealing. That will be a foul.
Ealing all over on defense right now. No easy buckets around that guy.
So now it's going to be Sean Skoselis with 2 attempts at the line. First try from Skoselis, no good. Second shot from Skoselis. This one goes through, so 35-25. It's going to go to Ben Rodenbaugh.
Nine-point game now.
Hooker loses the ball, picked up by the Bobcats. Suddenly now the Houghton Lake Bobcats with some momentum. It's going to be Bailey. Gives it over to Skoselis. Skoselis over to Chudzinski. Now Bailey with it. Bailey against Haverkamp, finds a lane, stops, passes it. Shot up by Hamp is good. Now 34-27.
In the first period, we saw Houghton Lake that kept it very close. It was a 1-point game. And then second quarter, McBain kind of took it away. Now, after halftime, they had probably some good discussion by their coach. They're coming back, 7-point game.
There's going to be a foul called, so it'll be Ben Rodenbaugh to pass it in. Ball's going to go to Hooker. Hooker gives it back to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh over to Ealing. Ealing back to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh going to fix things, call a play. He's going to give it to Haverkamp. Now Hooker gives it to Ealing. Ealing finds Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh Now Coochie open for three. Coochie three, splash.
That is his dagger. He knows he's gonna hit it. That's why he shoots it.
So Tyler Bailey with it now. Bailey with his team down 10, gives it over to Hamp. Hamp over to Skocelis. Skocelis against Coochie. Passes it out. That is Hamp. Hamp against Rodenma. Rodenma, tight defense. Gives it over to Palmer. Palmer back to Bailey. This McBain defense not giving up those lanes that Houghton Lake is looking for. As Chudzinski has trouble with it. Chudzinski against Ealing. Falls into the trap. Chudzinski now with some open space gives it to Palmer. Palmer, trouble, gives it out to Chudzinski. He lays out a 2 and makes it through.
I don't know how they managed that. He almost looked like he was in a tough situation. All of a sudden just pulled out of it.
But Colton Haverkamp with a response, long mid-range 2. And puts us back where we were before after that drawn-out play. It'll be Bailey. Bailey coming in. Takes up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Haverkamp. Haverkamp going to give it over to Ben Rodenma. Way over to Hooker. Hooker head tops a man and makes the shot.
What is this, football? Got mossed.
He does play tight end.
He does? We've seen that a couple times during the football season.
So it's going to be a timeout. Your score 41-29. And we will see you after the break.
Come shop at the family-owned Lakeside Ace Hardware, where you'll always leave satisfied. We pride ourselves at giving customers top-of-the-line products such as Benjamin Moore paint, Traeger grills, Uni ovens, and much more. We provide great tools from companies like Milwaukee and DeWalt, but our best product is our customer service. Our friendly staff is always happy to help you get what you need to make a perfect house better. The price is always right here at Lakeside Ace Hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Back to it now, Bobcats ball. Good to see number 5 back on the court. Still don't have his name, but coming off that hard fall, looks like he's feeling better now. He's trying to find someone to pass it to. Finally gives it over to Bailey. Bailey with an open lane, takes up the shot and one.
Yeah, that right there, if you watch that play, that looked like a lot from Bailey. I mean, obviously he's the shot in the N1. But it was all set up by Palmer. He's boxing out 2 guys, moving along with that box out. It's almost like your running back following your pulling guard. He was just kind of following the guy that was setting him the box out. Easy basket right there.
Now Bailey makes it 15 points on the night.
And I don't know how they normally do it. Normally they say at the start of the 4th quarter, you get ready for homecoming. Ben and Aiden are both on homecoming, but they're the stars of this game. I mean, 2 of the starters on this team. It's only a 9-point game. I don't know if Mr. Copeman is going to be like, hey, get ready for homecoming here.
Ball's going to go to Hooker. Hooker driving in, takes up the shot, off balance, no good. Rebounded by Brunick. Brunick shot, that one goes on through.
Good fingertip roll right there.
So now it'll be number 5 against Brunick. He's going to give it over to Bailey. Now Hamp driving in. Hamp fakes it out and shoots it up, no good. Foul going to get called. Now Ben Rodenbaugh with it. Gives it over to his younger brother. Now Hooker. Hooker gives it to Coochie. Coochie over to Brunick, over to Hooker. Hooker over to Rodenbaugh. Slowing the game down, draining some clock here. It's going to go to Coochie. Now Ben with it. Tries to get a block from Brunick. Doesn't work out so well. Now Ben Rodenbaugh running in, takes up the mid-range. No good that time. Rebounded by Brunick. Back to Ben Rodenbaugh, over to Coochie. Coochie now blocked by, that was Partinio. Gives that ball to his team.
And then Clayton opened in the paint right there. Good job by Partinio getting his hands up. That could have been some easy buckets for Hooker as there's a miscommunication by the Bobcats.
That ball's going to roll out of bounds. Going to go to McBain. So it's going to be Ben Rodenbaugh with it. Now Clayton Hooker over to Ben Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh three, no good. Rebounded by Brunick. Brunick passes it out to Coochie. Coochie over to Josh Rodenbaugh, over to Hooker. Hooker in the paint. Hooker takes it up. No good. Rebounded once again. Clayton Hooker puts it on through. 11 points on the night for Clayton Hooker. And a whole lot of rebounds.
I mean, if you really look at it, Clayton has 11, Ben has 10, and it's 3-6-2. It's not like it's been an absolute domination by one player. It's just been good team scoring right here.
Ball's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be favored for McBain. Going to be a timeout while a Bobcat ties their shoe. Ben Rodenbaugh going to cross half court with it. His team up by 13, gives it over to Josh. Josh Rodenbaugh, Hooker in the paint. Hooker fakes it out, takes the shot, no good. Rebounded by Bailey. Bailey gives it to number 5. Number 5 coming down the court with some speed, slows it down. Now he's going to drive in from the corner and lay that one out.
Ooh.
No good.
Tough shot.
Quick hands, but the shot no good.
I mean, that was nasty jelly right there.
Would have been a highlight reel if he made it, but no. It'll be Ben Rodenbaugh with it with a minute to go in this third quarter. Gives it to his younger brother. He's going to drive in, air one out. No good. Rebounded by Bailey. Foul's going to be on Brunick. It'll be Hamp with the ball with 47 seconds left to go, down by 13. Hamp stolen by Haverkamp. Here comes Colton Haverkamp on a fast break. He's going to lay that one up. 47-22, 27 seconds left to go. Once again, Hamp keeping his hands on the basketball this time. Passes it out to Bailey. Bailey for 3. No good. Rebounded by Hooker. Hooker, 18 seconds left to go, coming down the court. Here comes Clayton Hooker. He loses the ball, keeps it in, and it's finally going to be called out of bounds.
10.7 seconds left. Houghton finds himself in this position a lot.
So it'll be number 5 with it. 7 seconds to go. Picks up a block. 4 seconds to go. Running out of time. Charges in. Takes a shot. No good. And that'll do it for our third quarter. So your score 47-32. McBain looking to close this one out at homecoming.
When you think of maple syrup, you think a nice plate of pancakes. But what if we told you that maple syrup can be so much more? Highland Hills maple syrup. Take the ordinary and make it extraordinary.
Welcome to Twisted Cow, a culinary journey you won't forget. Now serving food all year round. From our signature roll and wrap to our daily special, every bite celebrates flavor and tradition. Whether you're dining in with friends or grabbing a quick bite, we have something for everyone. Look us up on any browser at Twisted Cow to see our hours, location, and number to call in and order. Or dine with us at 123 Roland Street, McBain, Michigan.
L&J Meat Market. Our meat speaks for itself.
1 quarter of play left here tonight. This is the Ramblers with a sizable lead, looking to close this one out, up 15.
Yeah, it's been a fairly, not close, but it's been a fairly reasonable game. Houghton Lakes honestly kept their own, even though the scoreboard doesn't look like it.
Ball's going to go to Hamp. Hamp takes it in the paint, shoots it up, no good. Rebounded by Haverkamp. Haverkamp going to pass to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh coming in with some speed. Gives it over to his brother. Brother shot, corner three. And Josh Rodenbaugh is 4 for 4 on threes tonight.
He's 4 for 4. Someone stop this man.
There were 2 defenders on him in that corner, and he did not care.
No, he's feeling himself tonight. He's the 6th man off the bench, and when you can get a guy like Josh off the bench for 6 man, you're pretty good.
Hamp shot no good. Rebounded by Ben Rodenbaugh. 4 Ramblers against 2 Bobcats. Here's Josh Rodenbaugh. 5 for 5.
Oh, no.
Josh Rodenbaugh eviscerating these Bobcats as they're going to have to call a timeout.
He leads this team in scoring, and he isn't even a starter. He hasn't been in.
He's only taken 5 shots. And never mind, it was 6 shots. We'll see you after the break.
Northern Truck Service, established in 2015 by John Skierbeck. It's a full diesel mechanic shop that can do anything from changing a light bulb to a full rebuild. With a stock of most parts, they can get you back on the road in no time.
Back to it now after the break. It's going to be Pine River ball. It'll be Bailey with it. Bailey going to cross half court. All of a sudden now trailing by 20 thanks to Josh Rodenbaugh. Bailey finds a lane, drives in, passes it over to that. Oh, blocked by Ben Rodenbaugh. Now over to Brunick with a fast break, and he makes it through.
And this is where McBain separates himself. Tough defense, fast-paced offense. This is where they lose a lot of teams because they just can't keep up.
And you don't see them run out of energy like this Houghton Lake team seems to be doing. It's going to be Scosley. He's giving it to Hamp. Hamp going to drive in. Hamp passes it out. That's Scosley. Scosley's long two, no good. Rebounded by Brunick. Now it'll be Ben Rodenbaugh. 6 minutes, 15 seconds left to go. Gives it over to Josh Rodenbaugh, way over to Ben. So Rambler's going to start ticking this one away. Now Josh Rodenbaugh, can he do 6 for 6? No. Oh.
You heard the crowd let out a little sigh right there as they wanted to go 6 for 6 on homecoming night.
Now Hamp. Hamp spins in, takes a shot, makes it through.
Tough shot right there.
But this Pine River crowd is more silent than they have been all night. So it'll be Ben Rodenbaugh. He's going to give it to Haverkamp. Haverkamp going to load out the three. No good. Rebounded by Bailey. Bailey coming down the court. Decides to wait for his team, gives it to Hamp. Hamp gives it to number 5. Number 5 gonna drive in, tries to get it to Palmer, ball on the ground. It's gonna be called a jump ball, and it's gonna go to the Ramblers, I believe. Yeah. Now it's gonna be Thomas Maloney coming in for Ben Rodenbaugh, and Ben Rodenbaugh gonna get a round of applause. Now the ball's going to be given to Maloney. Maloney over to Hamilton. Now Josh Rodenbaugh passes it to Haverkamp. Haverkamp over to Brunick. Brunick gives it to Hamilton. Hamilton gets fouled, or he's going to get a foul against him. So it'll be Josh Rodenbaugh to pass it out. Kason Pollington's going to come in for Colton Haverkamp. Rodenbaugh gets it to Maloney. Maloney trouble with it, loses the ball, picked up by Bailey. Bailey gives it over to Chudzinski. Chudzinski over to Hamp. Hamp going to stop, take the 2, knock it through. Making it 55-36.
Good pull-up shot right there.
It'll be Josh Rodenbaugh with it now. Hamilton going to give it to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh, another 3 tonight. Can he do it? Up in the air now. Unfortunate, but 5 for 7. That's pretty good.
Yeah, real good. I mean, you take away his points, it would be 40-36 a game right now.
As it looks like the starters are going to come out tonight. So their job is finished, as Coach Copeman believes that he has this one in the bag. Be Grayson Guernsey and Skylar Franklin coming in. It's going to be Chudzinski. Chudzinski in a drive, shoots up, no good, rebounded by Guernsey. Guernsey gives it to Maloney, over to Pollington.
And Grayson tall with a nice vertical, just gets up there, gets long with it, gets that ball.
Now Maloney going to give it to Hamilton. Hamilton to Pollington. Pollington finds a little bit of space, gives it to Maloney. These players start to slow down and drain this one away. It's going to be tried to get to Maloney, going to go to Bailey. Bailey trouble with it, stolen by Franklin. Franklin coming down the court. Franklin slows it down, waits for his team, gives it to Pollington. Pollington over to Maloney. Maloney to Hamilton. Hamilton to Pollington. Pollington loads up a 3. No good, rebounded by Palmer. The Bailey over to Hamp. Hamp over to Palmer. Palmer gonna shoot one up. No good, it's gonna be a foul. And a 1.
Yeah, Palmer's been tough all night in the paint. He had a tough job of trying to stop Clayton. Not only Clayton, but Josh, Ben. I mean, all McBain's team is tall. Tough time stopping them now with the non-starters, and still a tough time with Grayson and Kaysen.
Palmer's free throw is no good, rebounded by Hamilton. Hamilton gonna give it to Pollington. Pollington with 2 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. Loses the ball, picked up by Palmer. Palmer coming down the court, gives it over to Chudzinski. Chudzinski over to number 5. Number 5 gonna stop, take the shot. No good, rebounded by Palmer. Palmer's shot, that one no good, rebounded by Guernsey. And then picked up by Pollington. Pollington over to Maloney. Maloney gonna drive. Maloney takes up the shot off balance and makes it through.
That's a highlight right there. That was tough.
Thomas Maloney, that shot cleaner than his fresh pregame haircut.
He got a fresh fade and he's feeling fresh on the court. Wow. That might be primetime Michael right there.
It'll be Chudzinski over to number 5. Number 5 going to try to get it over to Oster, but it's going to be stolen by McBain. It'll be Maloney with it. Maloney.
His handles are nasty.
Maloney over to Pollington. Pollington just going to wait it out, drain some clock here. Gives it to Hamilton. Hamilton to Guernsey. Guernsey going to drive. Guernsey loses the ball. Picked up by Chudzinski. Chudzinski coming down. Pass it out to number 5. Number 5 loads up a 3 and knocks it down.
I don't know who that number 5 is. He's looking like a freshman or a sophomore. He must have just got called up for this game, and it must have been a good business decision because he's been balling out.
It'll be Pollington. Pollington going to give it over to Franklin. Franklin gives it to Pollington. Pollington going to call the play. Gives it over to Maloney. Maloney over to Hamilton. 52 seconds left to go. It's going to be Guernsey. Guernsey going to load up a 3. No good. Crowd on the edge of their seat for that one. It's going to go over to Hamp. Hamp going to drive in, stop, take the shot. Trouble with it.
Good block by Kaysen, and that will be a trouble.
Great effort by Kaysen Pollington. Get that ball back to his team.
They're trying to figure out, they're saying jump ball, so they're trying to figure out if it was a block, which it should be. So jump ball.
So ball will go back to the Bobcats. It'll be White. White gonna give it to Palmer. Palmer shot, no good. Rebounded by Guernsey. Grayson Guernsey showing some good rebounds tonight. Pollington with 26 seconds left to go. He's going to drive in, pass it out to Maloney. Maloney fakes it, drives in. Maloney fakes it again, shoots it up. Oh, so close. Rebounded by Guernsey. Guernsey shoots it up, no good. Now it's going to be given to White.
Maloney feeling deep in his bag tonight.
White
shot
gives it to
no
Palmer.
good, but he was looking good.
Palmer over to Chudzinski and the Bobcats. As White loses the ball, shoots it up to end the game.
Oh.
No good. So that'll do it for your homecoming. Of course, we still have the court, but your score 57-41 as the Ramblers take both games with some dominant wins.
Stick around to watch homecoming court in about 20 minutes. I'm Peyton Stollen, here by the good-looking Grant Tripp. Vote me for president 2025.
And a big thank you to our crew. It is Logan Roby, Cole Engelwright, Brock Austin, Calix Austin, and Reed McLean, as we will see you next time. Ladies and gentlemen, we do in fact have a competition here. It is the $1,000 shootout. Still trying to figure out who the second contestant is here tonight. Unless they're waiting on it. So first shot from Alan Thomas is good. He's got 30 seconds. Free throw line attempt, no good. Thomas got to get back on that line. Here he goes. That one, no good. Come on. Halfway through, second or third try on the free throw, no good. Alan Thomas loads one up again, and that one goes through. Now he's got to make it from the three. 5 seconds left to go. He guns it out. Up. Oh, and that's going to run out of time for Alan Thomas. He did get that layup and the free throw. Our next contestant is going to be Aaron Paul, wherever they are. Crowd's on the edge of their seat. Aaron Hall, not Paul, excuse me. $1,000 on the line, and they are absent. So we will get a third contestant, basically. It's going to be Darren Isinga. So $1,000 on the line for this young man. If he can make the layup free throw and three in 30 seconds. So he will make the layup first try. Now he's going to go to the free throw line. Free throw is good. So now 24 seconds left to make that three. His first attempt is no good. 17 seconds to go now. Isinga shoots it up and makes it through. And this crowd cheers for him. That young man has won himself $1,000. He's going to take the half court. It's going to be no good. That one's going to be no good as well. Unless they draw another contestant, since neither. I guess Isinga will be the winner. So big thank you to High Flow Performance for sponsoring this $1,000 shootout. And we set for homecoming court. I am Grant Tripp. I'll see you next time.